What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another Tottenham update. And the first update we're going to give you is a very important one, actually, as the Villa game has now been postponed on a Wednesday night, and it has been replaced with the Fulham game, which a lot of fans had been calling for in the week building up to it. So now Fulham kicks off at 8:15 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We will not be travelling to Villa Park anymore, and the game will be aired live on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I think it's a common sense solution, finally. I didn't think they had it in them, the FA, to do it, but they have done it. I think it is a bit of a disgrace that they didn't inform Fulham of the possibility last week once the Villa outbreak was apparent. Even though Villa played on the weekend with a bunch of youngsters, I think it should have been made aware to Fulham that they could be made to play a midweek game. But clearly this decision's been made last minute, so there's nothing more they can do at this point. But I think it's the right decision to move the game to midweek. I think in this time, we need some creative solutions instead of just creating more problems and more, later in the season we'll deal with it. We'll just keep chucking fixtures at the latter end of the season. Hopefully it will just turn out okay. I think it's right that we try and maneuver some things, moving. So this game's now moved to Wednesday, the Fulham game, and Fulham-Chelsea's been moved from Friday to Saturday 5:30, and Villa-Everton's been moved from Saturday 5:30 to Sunday at noon. So I think this is the right way to go about it. We need to start. The FA needs to start thinking of some creative solutions to try and get these games played. Because at the moment, even right now, Spurs are set to play, I believe, at least one 4-game week at the end of the season. Even now, this is without rescheduling the postponed fixtures. So this is if we go to the cup final, we progress in the cup. So I think it's the right thing.
Yeah, I think in this specific case, it might be the right thing. But what happens the next time this happens and there's no kind of gap to play this fixture?
Which there wouldn't have been if Villa didn't get called off.
Correct. And do you not think teams should be forced to play with their youth academies at some stage if this keeps happening?
Yeah, I think so. It's getting to. I think it's got to that stage already.
That's what I'm saying. So I actually think Villa should have been forced. I mean, I know this week we found a solution and a way around it. But at what stage are they going to start making teams kind of play with their youth teams in the Premier League like they did Villa in the FA Cup?
Yeah, I think if there's no solutions like there is this week, I think we got a bit lucky this week. But it all kind of just seemed to fall into place. There seemed to be a slot here. Everyone could have moved. But if there isn't a solution, I think you can't keep delaying these games. You can't keep postponing these games. And I know it's going to it will completely ruin the integrity of the competition because some teams are playing against under 23s teams and some teams are playing against a full strength team. And that will completely ruin it. But there's nothing more we can do at the moment if we want football to carry on.
But the integrity is still ruined in the Premier League when players are forced to overplay and becoming dangerous for players as well. So it's like, which way do you want to
go? Yes, yeah, it's true. And especially later in the season, if we're playing big games in the space of 2 days, we could play a semi-final and, big games in the league if we're challenging for at the top end, then it also ruins it. But they've completely made a pig's ear of this whole season. In all honesty, the way they've started it out, it was always set up to fail. The way they didn't cut any competitions, they didn't try and make it easier on the burden on any of the players. And this is a situation we're left in where we have to choose between a rock and a hard place between how we get this season finished. So I think this week they've got away with it, but I think this is just the start of the problems
100%.
For sure. So we'll have to see how this plays out. But I think it's the right decision. We got Fulham now on Wednesday, so I think we've got a chance to build some momentum and hopefully we get the 3 points on Wednesday. And look, it's harsh on Fulham because at least Spurs knew they were playing this week. Fulham didn't even know they were playing this week.
Preparing for a completely different game, but that's
no, but this week they weren't prepared at all. Yeah, Spurs were preparing for a different game, but at least we knew we had a game, so we're kind of preparing to play. Fulham thought they had a week off at the beginning of this week until today, so it's harsher on them. But I think at the moment, the fact of the matter is the game was called off 3 hours before kickoff last time, wasn't it? That was always going to have consequences, and this is the consequence. The consequence is we have to schedule a game 24 hours notice, and that's it. So I think Fulham at the moment, unfortunately, have to just part with it. I know it's a bit harsh on them, but that's the sad reality of this Premier League.
At the end of the day, any decision anyone makes about any of these fixtures, someone's going to feel unjust. You know what I mean? Someone's going to feel that they're being treated unfairly, and either every decision that could have been made would have been unfair on either team or one of the sides at least.
Yeah, because if they decide not to play this game, it means we have an extra 4-game week later in the season. That's unfair to us. Why should we have extra 4-game weeks? Because Fulham cancel their game 3 hours before the kickoff. You know what I mean? So I think this is the best solution. So we look forward to the game on Wednesday. And now we have we have our next 2 games as Fulham and Sheffield United, and all of a sudden. They look. It's like if we can get 2 wins out of 2, it puts us in a decent position going into the Liverpool game. So I guess we'll have to see when this Villa game is going to be played now. But I think it's the right decision, and I credit the slightest bit of credit to the FA for coming up the creative solution.
Yeah, we give you credit for using common sense. Well done.
The slightest bit of credit.
Well done for using common sense for once in your life.
But then I take away that credit because they should have let Fulham know last week anyway, when the Villa outbreak was known. They should have definitely made Fulham aware, look, the possibilities here you could play next week, and apparently they've only just found out today, which is a bit of a disgrace.
And obviously they would have picked their FA Cup game according to their fixtures and according to them not having a game midweek.
Exactly, and they had a extra time game on the weekend, so it doesn't bode well for them. But look, it is what it is. I think we have to come up with creative solutions. At least they're playing Saturday, Wednesday, whereas Spurs will have to play Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, which is a disgrace. So I think it's the most fair solution at the moment. So yeah, we are now play Fulham on Wednesday.
All right, so Fulham on Wednesday, and the Villa game is yet to be scheduled, so we'll bring you the news as soon as that breaks. Let's go on to some transfer news, seeing as it is the January transfer window. Let's see what rubbish the media are pulling up with today. Yeah. First of all, let's start off with Corriere dello Sport, a Tier 3 source from the Spurs Express, and they're saying Tottenham have made a loan offer for Real Madrid defender Eder Militao. Jose Mourinho is a big fan of the Brazilian, so Eder Militao, he can play either centre-back or right back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't see this happening right now.
Yeah, neither.
I mean, really, I wouldn't mind it, but is Sanchez actually going to leave now? I don't know. He kind of seems back in favour again. So, or at least he's been given another chance, it appears. So I don't know if he's going to be leaving. And I can't really see us bringing another centre back unless he leaves, because Rodon's not leaving, Dyer's not leaving, Toby's not leaving. So we're not going to bring another one because we're not going to have 5. And so Sanchez has to leave. And right now he's playing again and he's not playing terribly. So unless he leaves, I can't see another Brass bring us anyone else this month. So,
but do you reckon he really gets, let's say there's an injury to Dyer or Toby, do you really think he'll trust him in like the big games?
Yeah, you have to.
Well, he has to, but I mean, he would probably prefer to get someone out to get someone in.
Yeah, but I can't see us selling Sanchez. Who's going to bid 30 million or whatever, because what we're going to require for Sanchez right now?
Do you not think his transfer value is just going to go down and down?
Yeah, but who's going to bid for him?
That's what I'm saying. So if you don't get 30 million for him, you won't get 25 million in the summer. You won't get 20 million the
What's
following
the solution?
January.
What are you suggesting?
We have to sell him for a cut price.
For how much?
However much we can get, 15 million, 20 million, something like that.
You're saying, but who's going to bid?
I agree with you. I don't think we can get rid of him this January. I don't see anyone.
That's my point. Yeah.
I don't see anyone going for him. But you never know. If we kind of put him out there for a cut price, for a 15, 20 million, then you never know. We might have a suitor or two.
Yeah, but what's the point of rushing him out the door to get Eder Militao on loan?
Unless Sanchez goes on loan with an option to buy or something at the end.
Look, these are all possibilities, but I'm just saying I can't see us bringing another centre-back in right now without him leaving. And it doesn't. The noise at the moment doesn't sound like anyone's interested at the moment. So, and I'm just saying, last Premier League against Wolves he played. Did he play against Leeds? No, he just played against Wolves and he played against Brentford, and had a couple of okay games. So, I'm not saying he's back to his best or Jose fully trusts him or anything. I'm just saying it doesn't look like he's out of the door at the moment. So I can't see any movement at centre-back right now.
All right, let's move on to another source. This one is a bowler, a tier 3 source. This one is probably the most likely to be true, to be honest. And this one is Jedson Fernandez will return to Benfica this month. And the Portuguese side have already had a couple of inquiries for the midfielder by a few clubs around Europe. So it looks like Jedson will finally be going back.
Yeah, I think that needs to happen. I think because it's only good for him. I think it's unfair on the player to be kept out when he's even though he's not had a lot of time at Spurs or game time. Like, he's still a young player with potential, and sitting on the bench all the time is no good for him. So I think the quicker he's cut ties, I think the better at the moment.
Yeah. Let's move on. Another one, this one from Guillem Balaguer, tier 2 source. And he says that Valencia have today made a second offer to sign the Spurs midfielder Harry Winks on loan. Sorry, Sim. After their first offer was rejected.
They can make an offer.
The loan payment asked by Tottenham makes the deal very unlikely. I mean, I just cannot see Harry Winks leaving this January.
No chance. No chance. Unless we have someone lined up. But it
has to be someone English as well.
First of all, it has to be someone English. Also, we're not going to. We have to sign someone. I can't see us loaning Winks out and then signing someone permanently in place of him. So I can't see this being a starter. Also, it says on the Guillem Balaguer says in his tweet that Winks is stuck because he's not wanted by the manager, and he's stuck because Spurs don't want to let him go either. But he has started the last 2 Premier League games, so I don't think Mourinho would have done that if he's completely not wanted. So.
And also, Mourinho left his biggest players at home against Mourinho.
Exactly.
And,
I think
Harry Winks didn't even make the trip up there.
Exactly. Look, I'm not saying Winks is now a nailed-on starter or anything at Spurs, but clearly he's back in contention.
Look, he's definitely put himself in the conversation the last couple of games. He's
back in contention. He hasn't been in contention for a bit, but he's definitely back in contention. He's playing okay, so I just don't see this being a starter. I don't see the logic in Spurs loaning him out right now unless we have someone like English lined up, and I don't think we would. So it doesn't really make sense that Spurs would let him go on loan, even for a decent loan fee. So I'm not sure. Well, look, Guillem Balaguer is usually quite well connected in Spain, so you can't take it lightly. But I just can't see this happening right now. And especially Mourinho already said there's 0 chance Winks is leaving on loan in January. He did say that in a press conference. That came from the horse's mouth. So I can't see this being a starter really.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. And now let's move on to the last and final bit of news. This one's from David Ornstein, tier 1 source, so very reliable, the David Ornstein. And he says, Tottenham have held discussions with Stuttgart to sign winger Nicolas Gonzalez ahead of the summer. Do you know much about him? Have you seen him play?
I know he's like, I saw him, I think when Stuttgart battered Dortmund 5-1, I believe. I think he was playing that game, and he looked all right, but I honestly don't know too much about him. I know he's decent scoring record for a winger. Yeah. I believe he's got like 15 in his last 29, I read somewhere, which is decent.
Well, this season he scored, and this is just league games. This season he scored 4 goals in 9 appearances. Okay. Last season he got 14 in 27.
But where was he playing last season? Which league?
Bundesliga 2.
There you go, second division. Yes, that makes more sense.
And he's had caps for Argentina as well, making 5 appearances, scoring 2 goals.
Okay, a couple of goals for Argentina. How old is he?
How old is he? He is 22 years of age.
This might need to be some FM scouting mission, I think.
Yes, I'll be doing that tonight. So I'll give you the lowdown tomorrow. Seeing as my Tottenham team on Football Manager 5 or 6 years in and 3 times Premier League winners. So
there you go. And let's see how Nicolas Gonzalez is after 3 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years, you were saying.
Yeah.
But look, why not? If he's young, if he's got a good price tag on him, if he's got the potential, then it could be one that obviously we know Kane and Son definitely need support from a third winger who hasn't been doing a job right now. So I'm all for it, but I don't know too much about him. Sorry, I can't really.
I mean, still to make the step up from the second division in Germany to the top division, he's still doing all right. His goals to games ratio, 4 goals in 9 games, is still a good return.
Yeah. So this is his first season in the Bundesliga.
Second, because Stuttgart were in the Bundesliga, got relegated, and then came back up.
Saying he's been with them the whole time.
Yeah.
Well, Yeah, why not? Look, let us know in the comments below because I don't really know too much about him. But if you've seen him play and you think it would be a good signing, let us know your thoughts.
All right, so that is the Tottenham update. We spoke about the rescheduled Fulham game this Wednesday, which will replace the Aston Villa game. I just want to wish a speedy recovery to everyone in the Aston Villa squad that have gone down with COVID. We spoke about a few different kind of transfer rumours. Eder Militao potentially coming in on loan, which is probably unlikely, to be honest. Jedson Fernandez looking like he is going back to Benfica. Guillaume Balaguer claiming that Harry Winks, that Valencia have made a second bid for Harry Winks on loan for this January, but the loan payment is making the deal very unlikely. And we also spoke about David Ornstein linking us to Nicolas Gonzalez, the Stuttgart winner, for a transfer in the summer. Let me know your thoughts on anything we've discussed in the comment section below. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always,
Come on, you Spurs.